Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everybody is having a great evening so far. Thank you guys for joining me in what I want to call a special evening on what changed me as a person. So, to begin this evening, I would like everybody to pull out their wallet. Pull out a 5, 10, or even $1 bill. Now, I want you just to hold it for the remainder of the evening. I don't want you to do anything with it. Just hold on to it. There's some significance to it at the end of the day. So, my story begins about 4 years ago when I was, let's say, a sophomore in high school. My family and I traveled down to a resort in Mexico, in Cancun, Mexico, for instance. It was an amazing resort. We had an amazing week. Now, something special about this hotel. Each floor that you were staying on had its own personal concierge, anywhere from making reservations to booking different excursions to even asking how your day or your meal went. Now, at the end of the week, here in America, it's custom to tip somebody if we like it. I loved it. I loved his experience, what he did. He was a great guy to talk to. And so when we get to talking, and he says two major things that stick out to me. First is in Mexico, you get paid $5 per day for no matter how many hours you work. That could be 1 hour a week, 1 hour a day, or 5 hours a day, or 24 hours a day. You still get paid the same. However, we gave him $20 as a tip, 20 US dollars, which comes out to be roughly about 2,000 pesos. And so we get to talking. And he says that, yeah, today him and his wife sent his 6-year-old son to school today with not very good shoes because they couldn't afford good shoes. And the principal called his dad today and said, your son needs nicer shoes or better shoes if he wants to keep coming to school. His response was, I can't afford that. And so with that money, with that tip that we gave him, he could afford those shoes for his son. His son could keep going to school, living the dream of education. Not only that, but I get to start to thinking that each culture is not the same. Each culture is not as privileged as I am. They're not as privileged as my friends that I'm fortunate enough to meet. Come here to Regis, come here to the United States, or even come to college, for example. Now, I'm a very selfish person to begin with. I think the world revolves around me. I think that everybody has the same opportunities as I do, but clearly that's not the case. It really opened my eyes to seeing how other people live and how that if they do a good job, it's okay to tip them. And I was the type of person that goes like, it's my money. I'm going to keep it. But now I look at it as, you do a good job, I am more than willing to tip you. I think you did a great job. That's saying thank you. I'm doing it to more and more people now. I used to only do it to servers, to valet guys who valeted my car for a nice dinner, and so on and so forth. So, what I want you guys to do this evening is with that one $5 or $10 bill I had you take out at the beginning of the evening, I would like you to hold on to that. And maybe give it to a homeless man. Maybe give it to a less fortunate friend or family member. Maybe donate it to a university. Not advertising Regis, but Regis University. But think about how good of a job they did. Or the fact that they're trying. There is no reason to keep that money for yourself. Now, if you put it back in your wallet, it says, Zach, two things. First off, maybe I can't do it right now. which that's okay. I I want you to hold on to it for the future. When you see somebody in need or you want something, give it to them. But don't hold on to it. Don't go deposit it back in your ATM, because people live differently than we do. Now, how has that changed me? I have changed a lot from the sheer fact that people don't live how I do. Not only that, but I'm I'm at a school where I'm meeting different cultures, different things, and I don't think I would be in as good of a position today at Regis if I didn't learn that other people live differently. Maybe I learned it in a different scenario, but I still learned it. Other than that, thank you guys. Have a great evening.